Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. Is the Druid already dead inside of the game? Today I'm here with Indes and we're about to tackle this topic. Indes, thanks for coming through, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. So the reason I wanted to bring this up, and first of all to you, you played a lot of Druid. You played a lot of it on your stream, and we played a lot of it before it even came out. Really versatile class, can do many different things. But I noticed recently that you switched already from the Druid. Now, I know that you are a regular streamer. You're always looking for new content. You switch a lot. So I figured it would be a good conversation to have with you. So I guess to start things out, what made you switch so quickly from the Druid?
I mean, like a lot of people have been asking me that because they think like, oh, he switched because the class is trash, or it's because it doesn't do enough damage, doesn't have like the ancestors. But the reality, even though if those things are true, most of the times I play a class, 1 week at a time, and then I do my builds, I do my guides, and you have to understand, like you said, like I stream every day, so if I don't have something that keeps me excited to go and like just keep exploring new ideas on the stream and also for the videos, I kind of get like slightly bored, and that's what the feeling that I started to get after I did like the farming build, the PvP and the PvE. Then I was like mastery 4, I was kind of seated on it, I did the trial dungeon, and then I was feeling, okay, now I feel like it is time to go and try to explore a new class, because I also like the new class. Yeah, all this moment is about the Druid, everyone is excited for the new class, but there are definitely still other classes that I am always curious to try, new ancestors, try to maybe make a new build that can be like life changing, like for those certain players. And right now I'm playing Blood Knight and I'm actually
Yeah.
having a blast with it.
Yeah, I know. I saw that on your stream yesterday that you were playing the Blood Knight. So the reason that I bring up, and we tease that the Druid class is already dead. This is just based off of things that we see in the community, people disappointed with the class for one reason or another. There's also a large group of people that really do love the class. They love that they're able to shapeshift. They love that there's summons with it as well. So it definitely goes both ways. So what, out of the builds that you put together, I guess the biggest question is, where do you think that the Druid class actually excels as a class? Is it in PvP? Is it for farming? Is it for Heliquary raids? Where do you think this class actually shines, and where do you believe that maybe it falls short?
I will say like right now, Druid, it is the jack of all trades, the master of none. I don't think it really excels at anything compared to the old classes, because the thing that you could actually excel, it is at being a support and a healer, which it's like super hard right now to make any build that is gonna use like that playstyle, because we don't have like very good ancestors when it comes to it. So that was like, in my opinion, the build or the type of playstyle that Druid could shine, because no other class can actually do it. Regarding everything else, like it is a good farming class. You are running at 60% all the time because of your wolves. You have the surging stones, everything starts popping. But then, like, I feel like the biggest disappointment was that everyone is so excited regarding the werewolf. And whenever we started testing it, then on the live service against the other classes, we started realizing. And this was also like very early on, whenever we were at the Blizzard headquarters. Like, one of my pieces of feedback was like, hey, like here on the werewolf, like we have so many jumps, so many animations, that I feel like the class was not and was not going to compete like to the top DPS with other classes like Crusader, Necro, Tempest, and all
Yeah.
these things, because it is not like very fluid. So I feel like right now it is a very casual class. You pretty much, if you're a casual player, you can farm, you can AFK farm, you can do like your daily things, you can even do pretty much everything in the game kind of well, but you're not going to be great at anything at this moment.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of in the same boat with you there. I think it actually is a great class for farming. Being able that you could put
Yeah.
the summons together, I like it. But when you think of the druid, you want to be able to shapeshift. Like that's one of the things that you really look forward to, and you don't need that for the farming element of the game. Do you think it's a better farmer than, say, a Necro? And obviously, we're talking about like AFK type stuff, because obviously that's why most people are Necromancer, or that's why many people are Necromancer, because they can just kind of walk away from the game and farm. Do you think it competes in that realm?
No, I still think like Necromancer is still like quite strong, because they have the golden, this always there. Maybe in the future, if we have like the bear with us all the time, like maybe a big poison or a big fire bear always with us, and then you have like the fire wolves, maybe there's gonna be something there. But I feel like regarding like the farming, except like the FK farming, obviously like every class at the game at a certain level at the end game, you are able to just put a build together and you just run and you kill everything as long as you're using the right build. So there is nothing there that really makes the Druid excel because everyone else is already doing it.
Yeah, that's true. But I think you nailed it when you said that it's a master. It's a jack of all trades, a master of none. Hey, I just saw this pop up. Actually, it popped up yesterday. These are the times on that race. I saw that you were doing the race yourself on your stream.
Yeah.
You did quite well, man. I was watching you. What'd you get down to? 37 seconds, I think I saw you get down to, right?
Yeah. My chat made a bet that if I manage to get to the top, they give me $50. So I was sweating for like 45 minutes.
It's
But
not
we got it.
easy.
No.
I tried it myself and I did poorly, but I'm looking at these clear times of some of these top people. 29 seconds.
That's
is
crazy.
th-
Even like we see their Maw is there. Like it's on a it did like 30 seconds. That's like so impressive. Like we see a lot of European players there, also like from Southeast Asia. But yeah, like obviously probably I could get it down a bit more. But yeah, I just like I had other things in my mind, and this was like not one of like the biggest focus that I put a lot of time. I just did like for fun content. Like I tried
yeah.
to be like an entertainer and I try to make like these events or anything that I can grasp from like Diablo Immortal into a fun thing for people to watch on the stream, and that's usually my focus on.
Yeah, I think that you did a good job of it. I actually really like this event too. The reward is
Yeah.
cool, right? Like it's going to be able to allow someone to name something inside of the game for the druid. But I thought that the actual race was fun. I thought it was a good concept,
Yeah.
and I like seeing it in the game. All right, so when you think about, and we've talked about this before, but now we could add more context. Blood Knight came to the game was OP. It was great. Everyone's like, you have to be Blood Knight. Tempest came to the game. It was OP. You have to be Tempest. This is the first time that a class comes and everyone's not like, you have to be this class. Whether they people love it, people hate it, and people are kind of on the fence about it. So it's the first time that they've introduced a new class to the game that isn't you have to play it if you want to compete, and specifically inside of PvP. How do you feel about that? Like usually you would think. Same thing with gems, right? Blizzard comes up, spends the time to put a new class in the game. They want everyone to buy the gems. They want everyone to come play the Druid class, come back to the game, and then keep playing it. So why do you think they didn't, right off the bat, make this an OP class as they have in the past? And do you think it was intentional that they didn't?
I don't think it was like really intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, there are some people. There are two sides. There are the people that are like, "Oh, thank you, Blizzard, for giving finally a class that it is not OP and we can finally still enjoy the game." And then we have the people that were like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be like the next Tempest, and I'm gonna roll for this. I'm gonna be like a werewolf, or I'm gonna be a bear. I'm gonna go into battlegrounds, and I'm gonna destroy everything." Right?
Yeah.
And whenever this didn't happen, they were like, okay, this is like actually very upsetting. But I think like it is very easy to understand like Blizzard maybe have missed the mark. It is because like if you look at the Blood Knight or even like the Tempest, these classes they are mainly just a DPS. So you have 60 instances on launch that they are just gonna mainly be focused in one specific thing, which is like a DPS build. And the Druid itself has such a diversity when it comes to builds. Like you have, first of all, you have two transformations, then you have the caster form, then you even have like the healer, and then you also have like the CC knock up, all of these things. So there's like so many builds that you can build. So I feel like honestly, maybe for the Druid as an exception, they could have come with a few more instances to kind of complement the lack of them. But right now, that's why we keep saying that the Druid as a core of a class has a lot of potential for the future. But if you have to wait like 3 or 4 months to get 6 more instances, maybe only like in 3 years, Druid is gonna be good, you know? So yeah, I hope like the Blizzard looks at the feedback of the players that we are giving, and they're gonna make like quick changes because they only have 6 instances in Inferno 8. But I hope that those 6 instances or with the balance changes will actually put the druid in a better spot, because druid is not bad. People are saying druid is bad. Druid is not bad. Druid, it is a good class. It is just not at the top level to compete with like classes like the Crusader, Necro, and Tempest.
Few good points that you made here. One was that it's great for someone that's a casual player, for someone that wants to run dungeons, for someone that wants to farm, build out stuff, farm essences. Great class. It actually excels there. You also mentioned that because the druid is a doer of all, right? You have the healing element, you have the summon element, you have the transformation element. You're right. It's tough to have enough essences to support all of those. Like you mentioned, the Blood Knight came out and it's all about just dropping damage, right? You have some healing elements too. But with this class, they had to have essences supporting all these different areas that, yeah, you're right. It is hard. I never thought of it that way, but it is hard to excel in, say, PvP when you have to really support other types of builds as well. Well, I'm glad to hear that you don't think that the class is dead. I don't either, which is why I'm still playing it. With that said, I'm probably not going to be playing it for as long as I thought I was. I definitely am a little underwhelmed, and I never thought I would be. I'm more of a casual player than I am a PvP heavy sweater. But I do like doing well in dungeons. I've begun to really enjoy being the top damage dealer in a dungeon. I enjoy doing Heliquary and being able to really put enough damage on the boss where I feel like I'm helping my team. And I'm just a guy that likes to do damage. That's what it comes down to. And you have a lot of players that are like that. And I am missing that being the druid. It's definitely something that it makes me want to go back to maybe even Tempest or
Also,
Crusader.
there is a point that I want to add up, is that usually people don't like change. Especially the older you get, the less you like change. And at the first glimpse, you will always try to find a reason to go back to your main, which you're comfortable, you're used to it. And I feel like if you go into the druid, it is so different. First, you'll have something new, which is the primal power, right? The being able to manage a resource where usually maybe if you play a barbarian, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have 3 buffs and then you're just gonna keep like whirlwinding. It is very basic. Like we all can do that. Also, there's multiple of these new older classes. They have the similar play style. They buff up, they run, and they auto attack or they use a skill. The druid itself, it is very different, right? Like you have to manage the cooldowns, you have to go inside the form, you have to do your cooldowns inside the form, then you have to get out, and this adds like a level of complexity that I feel like it doesn't excite a lot of people, because most of people that play Diablo Immortal are casuals and they are just playing on the mobile, and a lot of times like you just don't want to be like constantly like spamming to do like everything in a min-max way. And the problem with the druid is that even if you play, for example, with a bear, which is like the best build right now, the rotation, it is like probably one of the rotations that is slightly more complex inside the game, because if you fail it, like your DPS will literally just drop like 30 or 40%. But the problem is, and this is why also I got slightly bored of it was like, man, I am sweating hard here to try to output enough damage by giving like 200% of my effort. Like I'm like going in and out of these
Yeah.
things, and then I don't get the reward. So
Yes.
I feel like the classes, they have to feel good to play, and if you're gonna put like 200% of your effort, you should get rewarded that you also gonna get way more damage in this case. Like for example, the wizard, you have like all these spammy builds that you were just like clicking all the time, and you go around and you do, but the reward is you do a lot more damage. You do like 3 times more damage than if you just use a buff and run build. So I feel like the druid needs that. I feel like please don't make the druid like go back to a boring class. Just
Yeah.
maybe create 2 builds, one more a bit more passive for casual plays, but also keep up like this playstyle, which is like a bit more engaging. But it has to be buffed up the damage, and it has to be and feel more rewarding, so players can actually enjoy the class.
Yeah, I think that's some really good feedback. And I want to add here, you and I were both in California. We met with the developers. We spoke with a lot of the team. There was a lot of creativity and a lot of passion that went into making this class. I mean, we watched them present on it. Some of those presentations were even put into VODs that Diablo Immortal posted themselves. You and I had interviews with the developer as well. And it was cool to see how inspired they were about the class and how excited they were about all the different things that it can do. And although this the title of this video is in quotes that the class is dead, in actuality it's just being born, right? With all the new essences that are going to drop over time, it can if wanted from the developers, it can go in the right direction where it can be a class that excels in certain areas. And maybe that area won't be PvP. Maybe the Druid will never be a class that excels in PvP, but maybe at some point it could be something that is just dominant and a must-have inside of, you know, some big boss raids.
Yeah, it needs to have a purpose to play, you know. Every class, you know, like everything in life, needs a purpose to play, and it can just not be, oh, I have cute wolves, you know. It has to be something more than that, and so otherwise, you know, casual players probably they will just enjoy it regardless. Doesn't matter if it's like a top tier or bottom tier class. Casuals are always like will enjoy no matter what. If it's the fantasy level, the fantasy that they like to play. And I love the Druid, and I played a lot of Diablo 4 Druid. I never played Diablo 2, which people are saying to me that is very heavily inspired on it. But I feel like this Druid compared to Diablo 4, I feel like, in my opinion, it is way more fun to play just because you have to manage these cooldowns, this and that. But yeah, the damage has to be there, so it's like actually even more fun to play it.
I 100% agree with you on that. I mean, in Diablo 4, it's like you're running around as the wolf or as the bear, but at the same time, in Diablo 4, there's no PvP, right? You're basically running around the world and farming stuff and going against big bosses along the way, where I think the Druid does fine. Against the bosses, it's lacking the damage element, but open world stuff, I think you're absolutely fine. Yeah. I still do think that Riker put out a video talking about how the Druid was done better in Immortal than it was in Diablo 4, and that Diablo 4 people are like, what's going on? You know, I love... Yeah?
They are so bitter, man. Like Diablo 4 players, they are so bitter.
I know, man.
They, like we had the Druid, we had the Berserker. Like the Berserker collab was so much better. Wow, dude.
I mean, there's a lot that goes on well. There's a lot that Diablo Immortal does well. And I mean, I think it was Jeet. He posted Ghost Signals community manager. I think it was him posting something about how they're hearing what the community is saying about the Druid and the sentiment, and that they're having talks about, you know, how they can make it better. And I think that the team, as of late, has done an even better job as to making it known that they're listening to what people are saying. If you watch the forums, you see Ghost Signals on there all the time. And that's just how we get changes to happen inside of the game in a way that are going to benefit the players. Now, obviously, everything that we want won't happen, but I'm happy to hear that they're hearing us. Yeah. All right, so it's not a dead class. You still enjoy playing it. I do as well. It's just not going to be something that excels as one of the best in any area of the game. And at the end of the day, that's okay. You're doing a stream today. I'm going to actually hop on over to your stream, and maybe I'll even hop on with you, and we could have a little conversation a little bit more in depth about this. If you guys haven't checked out Indez, I'll be linking his channel down below, and go check out his live stream today, and I'll be there as well. Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you to you, to your community, to all the legends that are watching this.
Yes, and I see actually right now in the in-game chat, Hydra Hunter, he says, can I be in your 50K celebration? Which reminds me, I'm almost at 50,000 subscribers in the channel, guys, and when I get, which is crazy, it's been 5 years, almost at 50K, and when I do, I'm going to have a big celebration. I have 100 legendary crests will run in that stream, and I'm going to have some giveaways as well, so really looking forward to that one. Hopefully it happens in a couple of weeks. I think we're only like 150 subscribers away, man. I'm pretty excited about it.
Wow, dude, that's going to be big, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks,
it's gonna be a good one.
50K is a good number. You know, you have milestones along the way, and that's a fun one. But hey, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think of the Druid down below, and we'll see you over in Indez's live stream in just a little bit.